A Song to the Tune of Love by It's_Kingston on AO3. Episode 32. Chapter 8. Yes, Salmon, we're back. Okay, Mike Sensei is 1, Katsuki's 2, Dinky's 3, Toga is 4, and Twice is 5 because neither of them have said, anything since we got here. Ashido concluded. Either way, Katsuki, do you think you can kinda hold an explosion in place so I can drop acid on it? What the fuck do you think an explosion is? He asked blankly. He was uncharacteristically calm as he spoke. How would I even try to hold an explosion in place? I don't know, she whined. Why are you so invested in this? Spinner asked. He was playing a game on his phone, by the looks of it. Shigaraki was watching over his shoulder. Because I want to know what happens. Izuku told you what would happen, Toga said. I could help you, though. You asked Jin, but not me. I guess you could, Ashido said, thinking. Okay, wait, no, that's a great idea. Toga grinned at her before turning to Dabi, her hand resting comfortably on her knife, which she moved to draw. Nope, Dabi said, pushing his outstretched arm away. Like you don't already have some. Toga stuck her tongue out at him before sliding the knife back into its holder and grabbing a vial instead. Blue top for blue fire, she announced. In her excitement, she popped the cap off and raised it up. Cheers! Toga put her hand over the top, stopping her. You should probably do that in the bathroom so you'd have something to wear once you change back. Yeah, Toga nodded. I'll be back. With that, she was rushing out the door, open vial in hand. Nothing. Their literally back alley experiment warranted nothing. Just like Midoriya said, the acid put out the fire that Toga had lit on the pavement, using a recipe they pulled from the trash can as fuel, and since pavement nor receipts explode, the acid just melted the floor. That was anticlimactic, Kaminari said. He stood beside the metal pavement, staring down to it. Yep, Ashido sighed. Thanks for helping me test it, though. She gave a thumbs up to Toga. The grin that spread across not Dabi's face looked as painfully foreign as the tone his voice carried. He does sometimes. It's when he's talking on the phone to someone or when me and Jin tell him a joke. And he doesn't want to admit it, it's funny, by laughing so he just smiles. Or when he's lighting people on fire. Midoriya looked over at Toga. Not recently, right? The silence was deafening. So, what now? Toga asked cheerfully. Ashido just ignored anything strange that was happening. Let's go report our findings. I wonder if they got the food without us, Kaminari said. Whoa, hey, I said right. Midoriya chuckled awkwardly. Toga smiled over at him. You did. Nothing happened? Uraraka asked. Other than questionable things we should probably not ignore, but definitely will? Nope. Ashido sighed. Bakugou laughed. I knew there wouldn't be an explosion. The bloodsucker probably isn't good enough to make something explode with Scarface's shitty quirk. Do you have trouble with names or something? Shigaraki looked over at him for a split second. A sound shimmered on Spinner's phone, and he looked back at it. Easy to remember good nicknames than your bad real names, Krusty. Spinner laughed. Did I get something good at least? You're a shitty lizard, Bakugou said. Not even a shitty sword gecko? Spinner asked with a mock defense. Bakugou chuckled at that. Shitty sword. Gecko works. Uraraka smiled softly at them. She looked towards the door when it swung open. Is dinner here? Toga grinned over at her. Back into her normal clothes, and detransforming. Depends on what you mean. Shush, Uraraka said. Her face grew a huge redder, but she ignored it in favor of glancing around the room. I wonder if I have to go to talk to them again. Like the first time we went on a date here? Toga said. She walked over to her seat and took it, smiling at Uraraka. As fun as it might be to relive old memories, I don't want to spend the night walking back and forth to make sure everyone gets their food. Uraraka sighed. Toga patted her on the shoulder. I'll go check if you want. It's only been 20 minutes since we ordered, Uraraka said. We can wait a little longer. As if on cue, the waiter walked through the door with another in tow. Sorry for the delay. The pair began passing out bowls and plates. The room grew silent as food was handed to the hungry group around the table. The pair of waiters left after everyone was given their meals, leaving the group to chat with one another as they ate. It was as if all the tension had disappeared when the food was served, causing both groups to relax and talk more effortlessly. Spinner was recalling some heist gone wrong because Dobby and Twice showed up drunk to the robbery. The pair had defended themselves by saying they weren't supposed to have been doing it that day, but there was a change of plan. Jin almost lost his balance and took him and Dobby straight through the security lasers, Spinner said, chewing a bite of his dinner. That was the closest we've ever gotten to getting caught. You forgot to mention the time you fell into a glass case at the jewelry place because your sword was too heavy, Dobby said. You triggered the alarm then. Bakugou laughed. Damn, you klutz! You think practicing sword fighting would help with that? It was my first mission, Spinner shot back. First time using that sword, since I didn't have time to practice with it. When Kachan was 4 and his quirk was first coming in, Midoriya started. The side-eye he got from Bakugou was bombastic, but he continued anyways. He almost blew his hair completely off by trying to blow up a bug that was flying around him. His mom had given him a buzz cut because most of it was charred beyond salvage. Midoriya laughed. I remember him having it like that for ages. Shut up, shitty nerd. Bakugou kicked the leg of Midoriya's chair, almost causing him to fall out of it. The latter was still laughing. Uraraka took the last bite of her ramen and laid the chopstick over the rim of the bowl. Well, if you want to talk about embarrassing moments, Izuku, do you remember the time you and Mina were seeing who can stay up later over break? Midoriya groaned, burying his face in his hands. Don't remind me. He accidentally drank a bottle of soy sauce instead of coffee on the 4th day. Uraraka laughed. Twice bursted out laughing. I've grabbed Dobby's vodka instead of water before. That was not fun. Ha, I won that, since Sooo and Ochako made you go to bed then, Ashido promptly announced. Izuku pouted. Coulda wouldn't talk to you for a whole week after you did that, though. Was it really worth it? Ashido looked over at Jin. No comment? The latter rolled her eyes. Hey, Ochako? Toga asked. What's up? Toga nodded towards the door. Wanna step out? She was uncharacteristically nervous, looking as she waited for a response. Uraraka swallowed and nodded. It was just a walk with a girlfriend, nothing too stressful, and maybe there would be a proposal involved, but that was already settled already. Uraraka would let her down easy and let her know she wanted to talk about it later down the line. Plus, she'd gotten that ring. Yes, it'll be fine. Yeah, sure. As the pair got up from the table, Uraraka happened to make eye contact with Midoriya. He nodded, giving her a soft, encouraging smile. You got this, he mouthed. Uraraka smiled back at him, hers far weaker than his, and followed Toga out of the party room. They continued out into the restaurant until they stood where Uraraka had talked to Bakugou out in the front. Can we take a walk? Toga asked. I wanted to go somewhere special to talk. Yeah, sure. Uraraka smiled over at her. Let me text Izuku and let the other know we'll be gone for a while. Okay. Okay, alright. So, I left it off there. Alright. Don't get mad at me. The next episode is most likely gonna be the last. Kingston, I was looking over some of your fanfics. Love your fanfics. Not ready to do, Lumity just yet, but don't worry. It's coming soon. I'm looking at which one I'm rather to do or not, depending on which ones I'm gonna do, not gonna do. Literally the only reason I'm not gonna do it, or maybe I will do it. I have to draw that though. Their art style is such an interesting and unique art. Okay, you know what? I'll do it. Yeah, I'll just have to choose one of your two. just know it's one of your two. Because, like, the main thing of why I wasn't going to do it wasn't because I don't like Lumity or any of that. Or anything to have to do with your writing or anything like that, or the tags or the story. It literally was not that. It was just I was not wanting to draw Lumity. Which is fine. I could go ahead and definitely do that, and I'll just pick which one. And I just had an idea on how I could draw it, because it's the art style that was daunting, but I have an idea on how I could do it. Also, once I start doing my one-shots, your one-shots are all gonna get knocked out. Well, not all of them, but most of them are. You know, a lot of your one-shots are gonna get knocked down and stuff like that. So I'm just looking at which one of your Lumity fanfics I can do. You only have 4? Okay, so this one's one shot. This one's a full series. This one's kind of a full series. And this one's another full series. So you have 3 of those. So I might do 3 of those. Okay. I might do your most recent. That's what I might do. This one is a good one. November 7th of this, not this year, last year. Okay. And then that one is also of last year. These are all November. Okay. Well, shake on it, a table of 2, and 30 days. Huh. I'll see which one of the 3 interests me more. Although the 30 days seems really interesting. I might do 30 days. But that is all in due time, and which one I will do or not do, depending on my mood and a bunch of stuff, and also what am I gonna draw. Okay. Enough of that. Onto this. Actually don't have much. I mean, they're getting along, which is really good. I am really liking the dynamics between the LOV and the group of 1A kids here. Obviously, it's not all of 1A, but it's most of 1A, you know? And I'm just, you know, worried. Not worried, sorry. Jesus. It's interesting, and I'm really, really excited. There it is. To see the rest of this and for it to plan out. What I am worried about, though, is Ochako and Uraraka, although there's not much left, so there can't be that much of a miscommunication. I'm just saying, Kingston, you should be seeing soon on my recording days that one idea of the marriage thing. It's on the table. I'm joking. You do not have to do it if you don't want to do it. I'm literally saying this. You do not have to do it if you do not want to do it. But yeah. Anyways, Kingston, keep an eye out. Well, I guess by the time you are listening to this, you've already seen this. I'm gonna say it anyways. Keep an eye out for that fateful comment of, hey, can I record this? So yeah, just keep an eye out. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.